today, our focus is going to be on comparing fractions. Our focus is going to be on
comparing fractions.
We are going all the way back from when we were using benchmarks. You guys remember when we used 1/2 as benchmarks to see what was greater or less? We're going all the way back there. So we got to make sure that we are bringing our brains back to 2018 so we can remember. Yeah, right? Seems like forever ago. Tomorrow's February. So we can remember how to clip up Taylor for still tracking me. Clip up Darius, still tracking me. Remember how to solve these problems and how to make it rain, right? So we got to make sure that we are hitting every single thing. So when the LEAP test comes at the end of the month, at the end of the year, you are ready to nail the task problems. Got it?
Got it.
So when I say go, bud.
Not yet.
At a voice level 0, a voice level
0.
Grab your work packets. Oh, come up, Taylor. She didn't even move. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clip up Dallas's voice was not on. He heard me when I said voice level 0. So, yeah, hurry up. Grab it. Get back to your table in 3. Or in your seat in 2, in 1. You need to turn to page 45. Get to page 45 in 5. Voice is off in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Go ahead and grab a pencil. Oh, shout out to Curry and Dominique. They're ready. They already know what we got to do. So I'm going to cold call real quick. When you're ready, I need your eyes on me like Katya. Clip up Katya, like Miko. Clip up Miko. What is the first thing that I need to do before I do anything else? What is the first thing that I need to do? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 friends. No, only 5 friends. No, we spent so much time on this yesterday. What is the first thing that we need to know? Track Kimani at the red table. Kimani said we need to write reins down the side of our paper because we have to always include reins on the side of our paper. So go ahead, I'm giving you 20 seconds while I set up on my dot cam. Write reins down the side of your paper with your voice off. Thank you to my blue table. Everybody's writing reins on the side of their paper with their voices off. Bring it back in 3, in 2, in 1. You should have written reins down the side of your paper, but we know that AI are best friends, so we're going to keep AI together. AI means entertaining important information. You weren't here yesterday. The same way I wrote reins down the side of my paper is the same way I want you to write reins down the side of yours. Got it? So fix it if you made that error. After we write reins down the side of our paper, I'm going to cold call. After we write reins down the side of our paper, what is the first thing that I'm going to do? Track Anjali at the yellow table.
The first thing I'm going to do is read it.
I'm going to read it. Well, I'm going to read it first before I annotate, just so I can know what's going on. But I'm going to read it twice altogether, right?
Right.
So track your paper. I'm ready to read. The first time, we're just reading it. We're not annotating. You should be tracking your paper. Nick measured 2 crickets. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. Nick measured 2 crickets in science class. The lengths of 2 crickets are shown. Cricket A was 3/8 inch. Cricket B was 5/8 inch. The science teacher asked Nick to compare the length of each cricket to 1/2 inch. Nick claims that the length of each cricket is greater than 1/2 because the numerator of each cricket length is greater than the numerator in 1/2. Compare 1/2 inch to the length of each cricket using greater than, less than, or equal to symbols. Then explain whether Nick's reasoning is correct. Enter your comparison and your explanation in the space provided. Am I ready to move on to the next thing?
No. Gotta read it.
I need to read it twice, right? I need to read it
Twice.
So now I'm ready to annotate the important information now that I have read it again. So pick up your pencils, clip up Taylor, she's ready to go. Nick measured 2 crickets in science class. The lengths of the 2 crickets are shown below. Oh, I know that something important that I'm gonna have to know are the cricket A and the cricket B lengths. So let's just put a star, or you can circle that, because that's gonna be very important. Oh yeah, we did that yesterday.
Okay, that's fine. Read and then annotate information, then check both.
Yeah, I did. That's what we did yesterday. Is that okay?
That's not a big deal, as long as they check them as they go.
Okay, sorry. So yes, you should have, Dallas has his stars next to that important information. I know that cricket A and cricket B are very important. I need to know those links. The science teacher asked Nick to compare. What did he ask them to do? Compare. That must be important. He asked them to compare the lengths to each cricket to 1/2 inch. We're going to be comparing 1/2 inch to the cricket A and cricket B's lengths. Taylor circled 1/2 inch because she knew that that was going to be something important that we were going to have to remember. Nick claims that each cricket is greater than 1/2. So Nick thinks that they're greater. That must be, Dallas circled and he underlined greater than, because he was like, oh, that's going to be important because I need to know what Nick already thinks. And he said it's greater because the numerator in each cricket length is greater than the numerator in 1/2. Oh, I should underline that entire sentence because we need to know Nick's reasoning behind why he thinks that it's greater than 1/2. Flip up Joshua, he's still annotating. Flip up Wade, he's still annotating and following along. I'm sorry. Compare 1/2 inch to the length of each cricket using greater than, less than, or equal to. Oh, well, that's important because I need to know what they want me to do. So I know that they're going to want me to compare to 1/2 inch and use those symbols. One of those symbols are going to be used for each of the equations. Then they want me to explain whether Nick's reasoning is correct. So I have to figure out, do I think Nick is correct? And then I'm going to enter my comparison and explanation in the space provided below. So we just read twice and we annotated. Say we did that.
We did that.
I can go ahead and check off my R. I can go ahead and check off my AI. Let me see if Ms. Sugar's technology wants to work right now. It's still not working.
I don't think he's right. Because 3/8, if he says he's 1/2, because it's a half of 8. Yeah.
Okay.
5.
Tracking me in 3, and 2, and 1. So we just annotated all this important information. Look back at the sentence that says, Nick claims that the length of the cricket is greater than 1/2 because the numerator of each cricket length is greater than the numerator in 1/2. Why did I say that was going to be some important information that we needed to know? Why did I have to underline what Nick thought the answer was? Think about that for a second. Why is that something that we needed to annotate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people know. I want 10 hands. Oh, you fixed it for me? Thank you. Go ahead. Hands down. Voice level 1. Voice level 1. Tell your table, why do you think it's important that we needed to know what Nick thought? 20 seconds.
Let me go first.
20 seconds.
Go.
Go.
I think it's something that we had to underline because if he's not right,
You have to know what he thought. You have to figure out.
he's wrong. He's probably right.
So we have to know what he's thinking, right? If we're gonna decide if he's right or not, we have to understand what he's thinking. That makes sense. You think he's wrong? Yeah.
The denominator.
The denominator has to be the same.
But he said the numerator. He said the numerator of each cricket length is greater than the numerator of 1/2. That is what he
But
said.
they had
Finish up your conversations in 5,
Yeah, but it can't.
we had
and
to
4,
he's probably wrong.
tracking me in 3, in 2, in 1. So I heard some good conversations throughout the entire classroom, but I loved what Taylor and Amari were talking about. So track the blue table. Amari's going to share. And Taylor, if you have something to build on, please feel free to build on to what Amari said with that, what you guys were talking about. Got it? Go ahead and track. Amari, Joshua. A little bit louder, babe. You have anything to build on? And to compare. So, I heard, way to go, Amari.
Way to go, Amari.
Way to go, Taylor.
Way to go, Taylor.
Track me. Flip up Kasia. Her eyes haven't left me. Flip up Curry. So they told me that we need to know if Nick's reasoning is correct. We need to know if what we're trying to figure out, is he correct or is he wrong? So we got to figure out, we need to know what he thought in order to figure it out. And then Taylor told us that we have to compare because that's what the problem is telling us to do, right? We're going to be comparing to 1/2. So we need to know if he got it right. Because he said both of those are greater than 1/2. Now we just got to figure out if that's actually true. So now that we have annotated and we have read twice, we already checked those off. What's the next thing that I need to do? Track Isaiah at the green table. Next, I need to number the questions the problem is asking me to do. I need to number the questions. I need to number the
Question.
that it's telling me that I need to do. Voice level 0, take 30 seconds to number your questions. When you're done, track me. Got it? Go. Take 30 seconds to number the questions that it's asking you to do. Huh?
So you gotta figure out what's asking you to answer.
What is it asking you to put in your box at the bottom?
This asking a question. That's his reason. It's not asking a question. It's just telling me, oh, it's like, yeah, it's not what the science teacher told me, but I don't know what they want us to do. What do they want us to do? Have to go forward and move on. We've already done that. So we have to say, well, how many reasons that you way to using the.
I know Dallas is done because he's tracking me. I'm going to give you guys 10 more seconds. Looks like some friends are still working. Oh, look, that you have a lot of numbers going on here. Why do you have 3 and 4? The only way that they have the person. Bring it back in 3. Bring it back in 2. Bring it back in 1. I'm looking around and I am seeing some good stuff. Can we go ahead and I'm gonna call. Tell me the first question, the first number 1 that you put on your paper. Kimani, where did you write your number 1? What was the first thing that it's asking us to do? So she said that the first question was compare 1/2 inch That should be your first question. That's the first thing that it's asking us to do.